Is the record Dow Jones Industrial Average likened to a tower of dung piled higher and deeper, concentrating wealth, trillions of dollars of zero interest federal loans? There may be other ways to do things that would be more helpful for the economy of the United States and for the ecosphere. But people would need to think about them. It is just the case, though, that it may repression may occur on ideas when the Dow Jones Industrial Average is functionally or practically could be just an index for the concentration of power in corporatism. If it were rated at 900,000 instead of 30,000, it would still just be phenomenally what it is and indicate that the rich are just buying everything and have their own money, and have control of all the business, and that exclusively, and that there isn't a lot that isn't within their power. So it's just highly valued. It could be regarded as a kind of inflation within itself, for itself. Consider artificial mountain range homes for 1 million people. Those might be useful too, and it might help the world ecosphere and people continue to exist on Earth. If the population of the United States were to live within artificial mountain range homes for 1 million people apiece, just 325 structures presently would be needed for all Americans. Space for work and industry may need an equal amount of space, so the total number of structures needed to let Americans in the economy of the United States function would be 650. Most of the United States could be restored to a wilderness condition, and farmland between the structures that shelter farm space and wildlife. Transportation around the nation would be in hypertubes buried just partially under the surface of the earth, allowing intermountain travel at high speed, and animals to walk across the hypertubes. What would the artificial mountain ranges look like? Although there are numerous possible optimal designs, a simple one for illustrative purpose would be that of a 15-story double-hulled Quonset hut-like structure, inverted U-shape, 100 miles in length. Residents would live in condominia between the double hulls, and the central space would be open. Exteriors would have solar panels and variegated natural surfaces for wildlife to utilize. Everyone would have an excellent view of the outdoors. The interior space might have a stream and fast transport modes. Optimizing geographic location placement of the structures would be valuable for exterior farming. Some areas of interior farming might be set aside in work structure areas for 15 stories of multi-level gardening with efficient hydroponics trellises and dirt watering from overhead. The topology of structure exteriors might be optimized with numerous temporal configurations possible with modal surface adaptation mechanisms. Interestingly, 8 billion people on Earth would require just 8,000 artificial mountain ranges of 100 miles in length and 15 stories in height, soundproof and very solid structures, fire-resistant, earthquake-resistant, with another 8,000 units for work and industrial space to let the planetary ecosphere have a chance to recover with older structures on Earth, except for a few historically important sites, being removed to let wilderness return. Future developments on the Moon and Mars could exploit some features of space Quonset hut technology experimentally developed on Earth. Businesses and new business startups would be located within the artificial mountain range areas set aside for them, and only 1 of 4 businesses would be allowed to go ahead. They'd all be vetted and selected ahead of time for maximum utility and usefulness for society. They would need to meet criteria of ecological synergy, no harm, and for sustainability. There should be a competition of good ideas that goes ahead to develop business, the best ideas and intelligent ideas, rather than the easiest ones to exploit the environment with. Like poems of time, the universe is like a poem, perhaps, of God. I don't know what one can actually say about God. God is good. God is eternal spirit. God is perhaps greater than the acts of God that he works. God multiplying an act like one equals a universe in time, with time. Time is the motion of mass, which is a function, a secondary quality of energy. Time, multiverse, units, per universe. Multiplying them, one gets a multiverse implicitly, which may already exist in the mind of God. Act 1, universe 1, united with time multiplied by Act 2 of God equals the multiverse. Time and universe units equal infinite yet complete numbers, discrete yet always existing, beginning and ending in time, characteristics of inherent expansion contracted locally.